Hello. Welcome to this BuyBotPro video. I'm basically starting a new series whereby I'm interviewing Amazon sellers because I think that it's really important sometimes to hear about what others are doing to help us on our journeys. And so to kick off my brand new series, I've invited today Madeline, who's kindly agreed to join me and talk about her journey on Amazon. I don't want to give away too much about her right now because obviously she's gonna talk about all of that kind of stuff herself. But I think that she's an excellent first guest to have on because her journey, when I heard it, I thought was amazing, and I think it's really good to get that out there into the world because I'm sure lots of you would have found yourself in the same kind of position when you were starting out, or maybe you are starting out. This interview series is not aimed at any particular sort of Amazon seller audience. If you're new, if you're experienced, if you're somewhere in the middle, hopefully there's something that you can get from this. So for those of you that haven't seen me before, my name is Matt. Under our umbrella of softwares, we have BuyBotPro, Profit Protector Pro, Skewify, and Sellability. So a lot of what I do, you would have probably already seen if you've checked out our YouTube channel. So all of the YouTube videos, that's me, TikTok, podcasts, that's all myself as well. So without any further ado, I want to introduce Madeline. I've known Madeline for a little while now, but I'm going to shut up and let her do some talking. So Madeline, would you be so kind as to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Madeline. I'm 29. I run my own Amazon FBA business. I'm currently doing wholesale and private label. I'm still doing my 9 to 5 at the moment, which is a customs and compliance coordinator. But next year, I'm planning on doing Amazon full time.
Awesome. And how, so with that goal,
Mhm.
how soon is it that you think that that's actually going to be the case? Like you say, so you say next year, are you thinking about the end of next year, the middle, maybe as soon as sort of like the new year? Like how's
I'd
that
say
going?
end of next year, but the main reason being because I need to remortgage in August next year, and
Yeah.
I want to wait until I've done that because obviously, I want to show that I'm employed to the bank because I don't know how
Yeah.
they feel about Amazon FBA people. But yeah, hopefully the end of next year I should be ready to hand my notice in, which is good.
Awesome. Awesome. More power to you. If, like for anyone else out there as well that is also working but has Amazon on the side, don't give up. You can make the dream a reality and be your own boss, as there is basically nothing better. So Madeline, please would you mind telling me a little bit more about your business? So like what kind of like business structure you have, like the
Mhm.
sort of Amazon model that you follow. So is it online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, wholesale, maybe a bit of both, maybe you dabbled in one thing to start and moved
Mhm.
on to another. Just help me understand a bit more about your business structure and model.
Okay, so I started in 2021 with no training, no knowledge of anything. I just knew it made people money. So I thought, well, I'm going to give it a go. I went straight in with private label, which probably wasn't the best idea, but I think I put in about £2,000. And I think I made quite a lot of mistakes in the beginning. I think I was in a loss for about 2, 3 months. And then I was breaking even for about 2, 3 months. And then because the advertising was quite a lot in the beginning just to get
Mhm.
your product on page one.
Yeah.
And then I think finally, after, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 months, I finally started making profit. And then that actually started going well, and I actually became Amazon's choice. So it paid off in the end. But if I had more knowledge in the beginning, I probably could have got there sooner. But I didn't give up, so I carried on with that. And then in 2022, I decided to give wholesale a go. But I thought this time around, I'm not going to try and do it without training. So I did actually do a mentoring course.
Mhm.
And then it was a bit slow in the beginning with cash flow and everything. And then I think about 4 or 5 months ago, I hit my first 10K month, which was crazy. I couldn't even believe it.
So
But now that the novelty of that wore off really quickly, and now I'm like going for 20K, 20K.
yeah.
So that's the next goal, to hit 20K a month, which is probably going to be soon. So yeah.
Awesome. I mean, that's part of why I wanted to bring you on today. I think, as I say, like you are an excellent example of someone that basically just doesn't give up. Like there's lots of people that I feel, particularly at the start, when you see that you're making a loss and it's not just like a one-off thing and it continues to happen for a time, and you're just wondering, what's going on, is it going to get better? Like the fact that
Yeah,
you sort of like got through that, and then you are where you are now, then you have your 10K month, you're aiming for 20K, you're aiming to make Amazon a full-time thing. I think that is awesome, and it just goes to show that you can have a bad period of time but come through it,
yeah,
and it ends up like turning completely around,
yeah.
to achieve all of those things that you've done. Like I just think that's awesome.
Thank you.
So you mentioned as well, like how you wish that you had sort of like a bit more knowledge when you were initially starting out. Is there anything else that you would sort of like tell younger you
Mm,
when you started with Amazon? Is there anything
yeah.
else to say to yourself?
Yeah, don't take shortcuts. Because in the beginning I did try and take shortcuts, whether it was because of money or just being impatient, but they always come back to bite you. So don't take shortcuts.
Mhm.
Have patience with cash flow. And even when you're doing wholesale, when you first join a listing, even if you're matching the buy box price, sometimes it takes a few days for you to actually win the buy box.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. So I was like thinking, why am I not winning it? Dropping my price, dropping my price.
Mhm.
But now I've realized you're just going to end up with no profit doing that. So just have some patience, and just don't give up.
No, I think that's awesome. I think that is the main one, like not to give up and just to keep
Yeah.
pushing through. I completely get what it feels like to feel absolutely defeated by everything around you, and it's like, is this even right for me? Like, what am I doing? Why am I bothering? But
Yeah.
Madeline is living proof that if you don't give up, you can truly achieve great things. Um, so again, on the back of what you were saying there about winning the buy box and sort of like price adjustments and things like that, um, do you use any sort of like softwares in your Amazon business? And if so, at what point did you get started using those softwares? Was it something that you did straight away? Did you hold off on the softwares for a time? Just to explain to me a little bit more about all of the softwares that you use in your business and like how they help you.
So in the beginning, obviously, I didn't have any softwares. So all the checks I was doing were very manual and it was all very time consuming. But then I think within a few months, I think the first one I got was BuyBotPro. So
Yeah.
that's obviously for all my data analysis. And it made my life so much easier. I don't have to do all these million checks, just a
Yeah.
click of a button and all the data is there to look at. I think I got Profit Protector Pro shortly after
Yeah.
because I got to the point where it was all right to manage the repricing myself in the beginning when I had a few products, but then after a while, when I had too many, I was spending so much time every day checking through all of them, adjusting any of their prices. So that's when I realized I need to get repricer. So yeah, I've got Profit Protector Pro, which I love. I like it that it's very hands off, and I trust it to get me the sales as well.
Mm.
And I just like the variety of strategies as well. And then the last one I got was Skewer 5. So that's obviously for the profit tracking and stock tracking.
Mhm.
I find that really user friendly and really accurate as well. So that also saved me lots of time because I used to do it all manually as well. So yeah, definitely worth it.
And if so, at the start of your journey, would you, so if like again, if you could go back and sort of like do anything differently, would you do you feel that would have been a bit more beneficial to start with softwares, or would you have not changed that aspect of things and still come to that a bit later on?
Yeah, I definitely would have started a bit early with the software
Mhm.
because in the beginning, as I said, taking shortcuts, but it actually would have saved me a lot of time and probably got me more sales because obviously if you haven't got a repricer, when you're asleep, someone else could be winning the buy box the whole
Yeah.
time. So yeah, I definitely would have got them sooner. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that it will, like those sorts of things will differ for everyone, and of course it does sort of like boil down to finances, and then like there's also a learning process as well. So it might not be that that you start out with all of the softwares. It might be that you start with one, and then like sort of like what you did, you sort of then expand to the next one, and then the next one you sort of like build up from there. And then especially with having Profit Protect Pro as well, like that ends up paying for itself. So
Yeah.
you don't have to worry so much about money going on these softwares. And like with BuyBot Pro as well, like people have said to me, especially with the inclusion of the new BuyBot wholesale feature, like that was something whereby like I was aware of sellers that would pay for an additional subscription to use something like that, like just that one functionality, and it's like a whole of the subscription, whole of the like price, but it's
Mm.
included within it's included within BuyBotPro. So
Mm.
effectively, saves you money. Is there anything like have you ever sort of like found a feature in any of the softwares whereby you thought you'd have to go and find like a separate subscription for that function, but then found that oh it's in one of the softwares that you mentioned, or it was added in? Like, did you ever
Yeah, no, it would be
find
the wholesale one that just
yeah,
saved my life. The amount of times I've wasted because I used to, what did I used to use? That Scan Unlimited, but I
yeah,
could only like upload one spreadsheet a month or something stupid.
yeah,
So a lot of the time I would just do it manually. So yeah, that saved me a lot of time as well.
yeah. I think like that was one that lots and lots and lots of lots of BuyBot Pro users were asking for. Like
Mm,
even those that hadn't used BuyBot Pro before had then heard that that kind of thing had been added in, so then join BuyBot Pro to utilize that, and then they discover the rest of it. And like there's the virtual assistant functionality, like all of the charts, and
mm.
like BuyBot
Oh,
Pro.
I love the sorry, I love the variation button.
Yeah,
That's my best
very,
friend. Yeah,
very. If anyone that's watching this that knows me will know how much I rave about and love the variations feature. Like
yeah,
I can talk about that all day, which sounds
yeah.
really geeky, but I love it so much. And then
Oh, I
the
know.
new chart that got added into it as well. So like understanding which variation is the best just gets easier.
Mm,
I love that that was added in.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
So you mentioned your love for Profit Protector Pro. So
Mm.
for anyone out there, and of course this is going to be subjective for everyone watching, you might have a different opinion, but for you, which of the strategies is your favorite, if you do have a favorite, like, or which one do you use on most listings?
So my favorite and my go-to that I use is Match by Box.
Yeah,
But I do like to, if I have a new listing, I do like to start on Dynamic Profit Builder because
yeah,
I've noticed that sometimes, and it's happened on quite a few of my products, I don't even have to be matching the buy box to win. I could be above the buy box and I'm still making sales,
yeah,
and I boost my profit doing that. So I use that, but my main one is match buy box, and I do sometimes use super aggressive. Although I don't like to get into price wars, but I only use it
yeah.
if I'm trying to get rid of stock or if I'm competing with Amazon and they're just not sharing the buy box. Then I'll use super aggressive as well.
Mhm. No, that makes perfect sense. Again, it's going to be subjective for everyone. Like it is basically down to like your goals, your preferences. Like you're going to know your listings the best, so like you'll
Mm,
know what strategy to apply. But I think it's always really useful to sort of for other sellers to you know get an idea of what kind of strategies you're using, and then if you're watching, you're not sure what strategy to set, and you find yourself in the same kind of scenarios as Madeline, then hopefully that advice is really useful for you. Um, do you use any sort of like automations or anything like that on your products, or do you just set the strategy and you min and max and that's it?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't use any automations.
no,
No, not yet.
not yet. Do you how do you find the Chrome extension if you've used that before?
Yeah, that's quite handy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
use that as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do
It's
you
nice to have it all on one screen, isn't it? If I'm looking at a listing and I've got all my extensions, it just makes it a lot easier to have it all there, doesn't it?
yeah. Yeah, I mean it gets you repricing a whole lot sooner as well, because it
Yeah,
adds like directly to your Profit Protector Pro. That way everything's already there, and all it needs to do is grab the SKU from Amazon and you're away.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I use the app as well.
yeah, the for any of you that weren't aware, Profit Protector Pro does also have an app that's included in your subscription, nothing extra. So literally wherever it is that you are, you can be setting your min and max prices, getting things repricing from your phone, from wherever you are. You could be on the beach, could be waiting for the GP, walking around. Have you actually used the app anywhere, like
Oh
anywhere
yeah, I was
other
gonna
than
say it's a bit sad, really, but I'm pretty sure I updated it on the night out before.
have you actually?
Yeah, I'm always looking, honestly, I can't help myself. I just find it really handy. So I can't take my laptop out with me, but I can just obviously just
Yeah.
go on it on my phone. So yeah, no, I do like it.
Because you went away not too long ago. didn't you?
Yeah.
Was that when you updated it, or was it
Yeah,
on
I was doing it there as well. I do it everywhere. No, I don't do it that
your-
often, but it is nice to have it on the go and be able to look at it if you need to, definitely.
Yeah. I think as well, if like if you need a bit of sort of, if you're like if you're out and about and you're like away from like your business and things like that, but you still sort of like have that, are things going well,
Mm,
it's really reassuring just to be able to like get that up and then just sort of like view your products. And then also as well the Profit Protect Pro boost figures, like having those like readily available
yeah,
on your phone is also a bit of like a yes, I'm doing well.
yeah, definitely.
Um, but so we've talked about your business. Now, for the purposes of everyone's entertainment, I wanted to ask Madeline a couple of random questions. So I hope you don't mind, but the first one that I want to ask is
Okay.
what your favorite movie is.
Okay, so there's only one favorite movie in my heart, and it's Titanic. I know a lot of people wouldn't agree, but I absolutely love it. I have to watch it at least once a year, but it just makes me cry, but I just love it. I do like Harry Potter as well.
Yeah.
Love Harry Potter, yeah.
Which of the Harry Potters is your
It's
favorite?
got to be the first one. A
First
lot
one.
of people don't agree with me on that, but yeah, I
I
love the
can
first one.
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, let me know what if for anyone watching, let me know what your favorite Harry Potter is in the comments. And if you agree with the Philosopher's Stone,
Yeah.
also let me know in the comments as well. I think it'll make Madeline feel a bit better knowing that
Yeah, please
on
do.
our,
No one else
that
agrees.
loves the first one. Um, but my next question is if you could
Hmm.
sit and have a drink with anyone, and any kind
Hmm.
of drink as well. It could be a coffee, it could be something like a whiskey and coke. What whatever your favorite, whatever your go-to drink is.
Okay.
If you could sit and have a drink with anyone,
Yeah.
alive or dead, who would it
Yeah.
be and why?
Now there's a running theme here because it's going to be a young Leonardo DiCaprio. He's just always been my favorite, but it has to be the young one. Like it has to be him young. It can't be
It
him
has to
now.
be the Titanic one.
It has to be the Titanic version of Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, I just love him.
And so when you're sitting there having a conversation with him, like what would be one of the top things that you'd want to ask him? Will
Oh
you
my
marry?
God. Yeah. Yeah. Are you single? I'm joking. I don't know. I'd just be in awe. I'd have to get a picture of him.
Um, and my last random question of the interview
Hmm.
is if you could choose between being able to fly
Hmm.
or the power to become invisible, which one
Mm.
would you pick?
Definitely invisible because you can spy on people. And also, if you can fly, it's all well and good, but you can't fly with anyone. You're just flying around on your own. It's a bit boring. So definitely invisible. I'd get
Yeah.
up to no good.
Yeah. I'm sure
How about
Leo DiCaprio out there somewhere will feel a couple of taps on his shoulder or something. And it will look around like, what's that? Oh,
you?
invisible Madeline.
Oh dear. What about you?
That's
What?
a tough one. I think I'd give different questions depending on the day. But I think overall, I'd love to be able to fly, you know?
Really?
Yeah. But like not fly slow, like a fast fly. So that way
Okay.
I can just like I can get to the store like that. I can go to
Yeah.
Spain like that, don't
Yeah.
have to worry about paying don't have to worry about paying Ryanair to get me there.
Oh, fair enough.
But yeah, I think I'd go with flying, but like a fast
Okay.
flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I was flying, it was just sort of if it was exactly like a bird, I got to like flap around for ages and it takes a while.
Yeah.
I'd just be knocked off. I wish it
Yeah.
was visible. Um, but yeah, no. So before we wrap up, hopefully you've enjoyed the interview and you've enjoyed learning a bit more about Madeline and her business and how it is that she got there. Hopefully, just like me, you found her journey really inspiring. Um, Madeline, for those viewers that are watching that want to keep up with you and your journey, where is the best place they can find you?
So it's going to be my TikTok, and my TikTok username is @madelyn.fba.
Awesome. And how often do you post videos and things like that?
Quite regularly, I'd say daily.
Just try and
Yeah.
do it daily.
Yeah.
I know it can be hard to keep up with sometimes, but yeah. Um, but yeah, for those, so for those of you that were interested in keeping up with Madeline journey, you can follow her at madeline.fba. I am going to drop some links to her channel in the description below as well. So in case you missed that or you're not sure about spelling or something like that, it is going to be in the description. And if you have, if you found her journey useful, give her a follow. Take a look at some of her videos as well. I've seen a bunch of her videos. They're all really, really informative, really helpful, really useful as well, particularly if you're getting started out and you're not sure about, certain things and you just need that bit of reassurance. Madeline's videos are excellent for that. So yeah, give her a follow, give her some likes. And if you've also enjoyed our first interview session and you want to see more, let me know in the comments. If you have anyone in mind as well that you want me to bring on as my next guest, also let me know in the comments. If you were interested in getting started with BuyBotPro, Profit Protect Pro, Skewify, any of the softwares that were mentioned, I'm going to be dropping some links to those in the description as well. All of them have got a free trial period, so you basically have everything to gain and nothing to lose. Is there anything else that you wanted to add, Madeline, before we wrap up?
I don't think so. Thank you for having me as your
Thank
first
you
guest.
very much for joining me. I really appreciate your time.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you to everyone that watched. I'll see you very soon.